Recently, I received an email. A man wrote to me, "Anna is too kind, and you don't call things by their true nature. You protect Ukrainian women, and you refuse to admit they're racist." And I want to answer this comment here today with this video, and I'm not too kind when it comes to things like that. I'm not hiding the truth. I say only things that I sincerely believe in. And from the depths of my soul, I do not believe that Ukrainian women are racist. What I do believe is this: Slavic women are very closed-minded. They are not open to trying things that feel foreigner to them, especially when it comes to their main goal of their life, right? To building a family. And I will explain why. But first, let's remind ourselves what racism really is. According to Wikipedia, racism is the belief that humans can be divided into distinct groups based on race, and that some groups are superior to others. Racism is prejudice, hostility, and hatred towards people of another race. This is, my dear man, is not who Ukrainian women are, but they are without question very closed. They avoid what they don't know. And the difference between racism and closed-mindedness is what this video about. And if you will check out or have opportunity to live in Ukraine, you would find out how small percent of Ukrainian women actually open to marry foreigner, which is less than 10%. Hi everyone, my name is Anna and I'm international matchmaker. Before I continue, I invite you to join my private Telegram community. Please find the link in description below. Why I'm speaking about this now? Because recently whole world was shaking with this shocking story of and especially it starts Ukrainian and American community. A young Ukrainian refugee woman who fled the war, came to America searching for safety, was killed on a train by a black man. And you would imagine maybe she was doing something provocative or she was racist, as you think, some of you. But actually knowing her story, finding out more details, she actually at home, she has a poster, Black Lives Matter, this movement. And living in America, she learned a lot about history, right, and become compassionate to black people. And she believed in equality as we do in Ukraine. She wanted unity, and yet the bitter irony of fate that she was killed by a black man, it was a black man who ended her life. But actually, this story and such a big explosion, it's actually proof that Ukrainian women, when they're exposed to American history, become compassionate to black people and their past. Especially now, being refugee and suffering from war in Ukraine, they become more understanding how it is to be in this position when you suffer, and you can resonate and be more sensitive to this. This woman's death is not evidence of racism. It is an evidence of exact opposite. Let's talk about those Ukrainians who lives in Ukraine. Most, of people who live in Ukraine looks Caucasian. This is very little diversity. Most of people grow up in towns or villages where everyone around them looks the same. So what happened when they meet someone from a completely different ethnicity? For them, it feels almost like another planet, not in a bad way, but with unfamiliarity, with strangeness, with exotic curiosity. And here's the key. Slavic women are very conservative, and they are also very family-oriented. They are cautious. So they do not like take risk in the matters of family, and they prefer to choose what feels safe, familiar, and proven to them. Taking risk, it's men's normally. It's not feminine thing. It's masculine. I hope you would agree with me on that. So they often avoid what they do not know. This is not racism. This is pure closed-mindedness. And closed-mindedness is very different from hatred. So why is this so? Why America so obsessed with race while Ukrainian people not? Because every nation perception comes from historical perspective of what nations been living through, right, back then. In America for centuries, black and white people lived in conflict, slavery, segregation, violence, injustice. That pain in bones of American culture. Every American, whether he's black or white, carries the weight of that history. In Ukraine, we have different suffer, right? Different challenges, but we never had this specific pain and challenge. We never had millions of people from Africa living among us. We never had slavery of that kind. We never had centuries of racial conflict. So Ukrainians cannot have a strong opinion about black people or any other ethnicity. How can they have an opinion about something you never lived through? This is why when Ukrainians see black people or any other ethnicity, it feels almost like another planet. It feels very exotic, unfamiliar, like something distant, something really foreigner to them. So Americans project their racial wounds onto Ukrainians, and they say, if she doesn't choose me, it must be racism. No, it's not racism. It's lack of experience. There's no experience, basically. And here is where it becomes interesting. When some Ukrainians live abroad for a long time, right? They adjust into culture, they learn more, they become more open-minded. They start to, used to this diversity. They begin to learn, they begin to understand the struggles of other nations. And very often they become deeply compassionate. She met someone, probably fall in love, and she had some good experience probably that resonates with her now and is become vision for her future. Ukrainians abroad often become more open, right? They have to this is the part of adjustment. Ukrainians at home remain closed, but neither of them are racist. So why do Western men sometimes accuse Ukrainian women of racism? Simply because you project in your own wounds, things that you're suffering in your country. In America, men feel rejected by women because there can be many reasons, right? Just generally, you always feel not good enough. That's the general idea. Why men come to us, because they feel more wanted, more desired. But in reality, if we talk about interracial men and reasons of why Ukrainian women would reject him, it's not because of his race. It's not because she's racist. It's just because it feels for her too risky, too unknown. And when it's too much unknown things, it scares. It brings up fear in her. So when you call this racism, I call it tradition. When you call it prejudice, I call it lack of exposure. And so I know that a lot of you fear of rejection, and I see how hard you take if women don't choose you, mutually. And I see that the most important quality for every man on this journey is just to be open-minded and don't take like personal offense, but understanding that especially living through experience and helping ethnic men to succeed. We have marriages with ethnic men, not one, many. So it's just about their mindset, and Ukrainian woman can appreciate a really good man if she meet one. But it takes just more, like statistically more open-minded women than majority of them. So it takes more personal approach, and but everything starts from your belief, right? If you come with this journey and you already believe that Ukrainian woman racist, this is not for you, definitely. So if you want to know more about our process, how we do matchmaking, if you want, we always hear you out on our free matchmaking consultation. You can get it by going to matchguaranty.com/register, and we'll be happy to talk to you and see where you're at and whom you're looking for, age of the lady, how realistic you're in your search, and we will honestly tell you what to expect from this journey, and if we feel we can help you. I hope this video brings you more awareness and understanding about Ukrainian people and culture, and please like and comment on what you think, on whatever you want to add to this topic. Subscribe to our channel, and I will be happy to see you soon in my upcoming episodes. Bye bye for now. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.